Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name's Deb McNichol, and I'm here to talk about anti-smoking campaign that I'm trying to get together for Indonesia. Somewhere in Indonesia today, there's a little boy who's smoking a cigarette. It's because his mom gave it to him, lit it up for him, and helped to quench his pack-a-day habit. His brothers had started smoking a couple years before. You know, he's 4 years old now, and he can't write his name, and he can't go to school, but he has an addiction. Now, there are other kids like him, and you can look it up on YouTube and find these kids, and it's a tragic situation. However, the reality is Indonesia has a problem much larger than a handful of smoking toddlers. Big tobacco targets Indonesia like no other country in the world. There's no regulation in the industry in Indonesia, and there are no quit smoking campaigns from the government. And tobacco advertising is endemic. It's all over the place. It's in stores, it's on the street, and billboards and banners. It's at the sporting events and the stadiums, and it's on TV. Indonesian religious authorities have issued a fatwa against smoking. However, 2/3 of the males in Indonesia, the adult males in Indonesia, continue to smoke. The Indonesian government, by its own admission, has been ineffective, but government intervention can be effective. In the U.S. and in Europe, many resources have been invested in anti-smoking campaigns, and they've been successful. In 1964, the U.S. Surgeon General declared smoking to be hazardous to one's health. And since then, the U.S. and U.S. and state governments also, and nonprofits have run anti-smoking campaigns, and they've been successful. You know, the resources invested have been worth it, because in 1964, 42% of Americans smoked cigarettes, and in 2013, only 18% smoked cigarettes. Everywhere in the first world, tobacco is regulated, either by smoking bans in cities or in public places. TV advertising is illegal. There's warning labels on cigarettes, and cigarettes are taxed very highly. Indonesia's laissez-faire approach, on the other hand, subjects people to the Indonesian people to smoking-related illness on a massive scale, and there's nothing there to protect them. Which brings us to Big Pharma, which in my opinion is the second largest threat to the Indonesian people. They're constantly, big pharmaceuticals, they're always in search of new patients for their next drug trials, and Indonesia is perfect for big pharma because of the lack of regulation and high incidence of heart disease, lung cancer, and upper respiratory infection. Now, while the majority of Indonesians at least vaguely understand the risks involved with smoking, the smoking rate remains astronomical. So in a country of 200 million Muslims, how do we get that rate down? How do we make people stop smoking? Well, Insha Allah, the answer is Islam, like it always is. Indonesia has hundreds of thousands of masjids, it's claimed, and they're attended a lot on Fridays and especially during Ramadan. So the goal of this project is to take information to the masjid, to educate people about the dangers of smoking, dangers not only to their health, but also to their deen. The contents of this information will include scientific information on smoking and secondhand smoke, the Islamic aspect and prohibitions against smoking, against hurting oneself or hurting other people, and wasting resources. And also practicalities will be discussed, like the difficulties of quitting, because quitting smoking is not an easy thing, and steps that can be taken to help the smoker give up the tobacco, as well as the habits, and address the habits that accompany the addiction. Now, these funds that I am asking for will be used to create and distribute these materials. Indonesian law will have to be researched, and the technicalities of the law, as far as what is allowed to be brought into the country and distributed. All those things are going to have to be researched. So the materials compiled will include the Indonesian translation as well. They will have to, materials will have to be printed and then distributed to the larger Indonesian masjids, or any masjids that will accept the materials, insha Allah. A very nice brother named Steve, inshallah, I hope we get some more input from him, has started this project, and I'm hoping that we can execute it, inshallah. And so please help fund this project. Please donate to this project. 200 million Muslims in Indonesia, that's an awful lot of people to help, inshallah. So, but even if only one person's life is saved, inshallah, the reward is going to be just immense, and Allah will love us for it, inshallah. So thank you, and jazakum Allahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum.